Okay, this is my go-to pike fly. I'll just tie my thread in the center of the hook. And what I do is take this, I think this is 30, but 30 or 20 pound mono. I'm going to put it on one side of the hook. Go back to hook bend. I'm going to do a little loop out the back. Then I'm going to come back down the other side. Cover that nice and solid. And then I'm going to take my flash, which this is a silver and red, but you can just use silver and red and mix them. I am going to extend that almost probably roughly 2 hook lengths past the bend. I'm going to take a nice good clump. Put it right on top of the hook. Cover the whole hook shank. Back to where you ended on the mono. And again, cover that nice and secure. And if you missed any, trim them off. Again, this is a nice quick fly. I take my cross-cut rabbit, and when you tie it on, you want to tie it so it's going to lay back flat over the hook. Tie that out on, wind up to the hook eye, and wind forward. And make sure it lays just in front of the previous wrap. Until you're about 1 eye length away from the eye. This is where I would tie off. Do 3 or 4 wraps. Trim off the excess. Build up a little head. Tie a couple knots, and the fly is done. Add some head cement, and you're good to go. What I like to do is, from here I'll add some eyes. It's not needed. I think it just adds to the fly. So for the eyes, I like to use usually a bigger eye. Most of the time it's red. Can be any eye of your choice. I think it just adds to the fly pattern a lot. What I like to use is the Loon Outdoors UV clear fly finish. So the eyes that I have a little bit of sticky back to it. So I stick it about 2 eye lengths back. What I'll do is take some of the UV fly finish and put a little couple dropped right in the back. Around the eye. So I hit it with the light. What that does is just kind of holds the eye there. And I'll take the other eye, stick it in the exact same spot on the other side. And I'll fill in, I'll hold the eyes tight and fill in between the eyes. Build it up a little bit, and I'll come right down onto the head. I'll hit it again. And what I'll do is I'll do the same thing on the other side. There's a gap in between the eyes. If you pull that back, and I'll fill that in down to the head. Let's do a little bit at a time. And again, I'll hit that. And I will repeat that over and over again. And I will build a little head, hard head up around the eyes. And then I'll do a clear coat over the eyes. And it'll just kind of lock it all in together. And what this does is, when you fish this, you can fish this with a floating line, and this will just set probably, I don't know, 6 inches under the surface. And so you can fish it in shallow water. It's just a fun fly. You can see it from a distance, and the pike will really smash it. And you know, the fly is good to fish. I didn't do the other side, but you know, again, I'll just a little coat over the eye, into the head, because a pike will really beat these flies. If you get into like a lot of small ones and they're really pounding the fly. What you can do is take something like there'll be a little bit of tackiness to this. You can either leave it out in the sun, or you can take something like hard as nails and do just a small coating over it, and it'll get rid of that tackiness. But that pattern's good to go.